Welcome to another episode of Breakaway with Dawn and Friends. Today I have Patty, the CEO of Zombie Vixn.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
I'm so excited to be here.
We're laughing, I have to share because Patty. Oh, I said it right. Oh my God. So I called her Claudia earlier, and that's because I'm gonna tell you Claudia was thinking of me, but I must have been thinking of her. So twice I called her Claudia, but her name is Patty. So Miss Patty is the CEO of her own company. We met. She's my neighbor. We lived about 6 years or
About
6 7 years. I'm not sure. But we're finally connecting, and I just love that. So, as I said, she has her own business. She's a working mom. So we're going to hear about her little journey to where she is today.
Yay. Well, I never thought I would have a business at my 40s.
Yes.
Early 40s.
Yes.
Because when you're in your 20s, you think, oh, what am I going to do when I grow up? And I went into the software. I was a very young mom. And it just kind of happened. I love making my own outfits. And I had made this, this green little army jacket with a bunch of patches. And people kept stopping me when they would see the little patch of the zombie vixen.
Yes.
And they would just say, and they were like, hey, did you make that? Or where did you buy it? So I would tell them that I made it myself. And then they started offering, like, would you make me a jacket? How much would you charge? And that kind of opened up my eyes. I'm like, hey, maybe I should be making stuff and selling it.
Yeah.
And I inquired here and there. And my very first, gig was at Drifters. And it was a little bar. And they had an art crawl. And a bunch of crafters there. So I decided to take a couple of things and see how they would sell. It was just maybe 5 things. It was 2 types of t-shirts and a tote bag and a couple of custom jackets.
Wow.
And the only funny thing is I didn't have anything to wear to the event. So what I ended up doing is grabbing a big t-shirt that I had, and I looked up in YouTube and I saw how to distress clothing. I learned it in 24 hours, put my logo on it, wore it the next day.
Wow.
And then this girl comes over to my booth, and then she was like, hey, I like what you have, but I want what you're wearing.
Oh.
So then I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, I just learned how to do this like 24 hours. I'm like, I'm going to screw it up. She's paying $20 for a t-shirt, and if I ruin it, she's going to be like, what the hell?
Yes.
So I did the best I could, and I was like trying to look at my shirt because I'm like, I don't have any examples. Internet's not working. I can't go to YouTube. It was like the worst. And no, I did my best. And she wore it. She went inside the bar, and it was an indoor and outdoor event. A bunch of girls liked it, and they were asking her where'd you got it. And I don't know where I have this crowd of girls, females, just like wanting their own custom shirts.
Wow.
And I was there. Thank God I had my scissors with me because I was just working and working. I sold out. It was an amazing day. And that's how it kind of grew after that.
Wow. But by the way, what she left out is, you guys, she started out with this iron, right?
A tiny little
iron. Tiny palm, the size of my palm iron.
Yes.
Is what she started out with, you guys.
And that's all I could afford. So everyone that's out there, if you have a dream, even if it's a big dream, you can start small.
Seriously, start somewhere, right? Just stop dreaming and start doing.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, because you never know.
And she has carpal tunnel, you guys, and she did not let that stop her.
I mean, if I were to take a picture of this, you guys would laugh.
Oh,
I'm like, because you never knew. Because when you want to start a new business, you think big, right?
Yes.
You feel like you have to have all this stuff. But honestly, if you have that passion inside of you, nothing can stop you.
Wow.
And it just started off like little pop-ups here and there, and it kind of grew to the point that an opportunity came up on, and it was a Vegas show. I live here in California.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I told my daughter, let's take a vacation and do this music Halloween festival. And if I make money, I make money. If I don't, at least we're in Vegas. We can have a good time.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh my God, it was amazing. The first night, I sold out on my tote bags.
Wow.
But I brought backup, but I had this tiny little iron that I would spend the whole night making more merchandise.
Wow.
I learned my lesson. Whenever you do an event this big, bring 4 times the inventory. But I made enough money to buy myself with that event a bigger press, heat press.
Oh, wow.
So if I wouldn't taken that chance,
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to get something bigger and better for my business.
I love that.
So that was amazing.
Yeah, I'm a risk taker too. So I love to hear that you are too.
Oh yes.
Right? Because you see these people that are successful and you're like, wow, can I have that? Can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they have the same problems and obstacles that we have. But look at the solution. You know what I mean? Like, and I just posted about that. That's so funny. I just posted about that, it's what you do with the situation.
Yes.
That matters. You know what I mean? And so don't let fear stop you, and start somewhere. And I mean, look at you. Like, I just feel it's meant to be. I do believe that. I feel what's meant to be will be. And a lot of things you go through gets you to that next chapter.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And so, and you've had an interesting chapter. Last 3 years, I would say, right?
Yes.
But this last year has been really one for the books.
Yes. Yes, especially last year. So I started in 2021, and the 6 months go through. I mean, I don't know what happened. It just grew bigger to the point that I'm like, okay, I can't do so many pop-ups because I do have a Monday to Friday job. So I built my own website.
Oh, wow.
So that would help me when it came to orders and stuff like that. And people thought I was crazy. Like, wait a minute, you just started your business not even a year and you have your own website. I'm like, it's okay. But that was a challenge itself because I was inquiring about how to, get a website, and it was too much money.
Mm-hmm.
But then this is when my past comes about. I remember a teacher telling me in high school, computers are the future. And that stuck in my head. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should learn computers. And I did. It's not what I wanted to learn, but I knew that there was always going to be a job.
A need, yeah.
I needed a job in that field. So it actually helped me out now because I learned computer software, which I learned how to, it was easy for me to build my own website. It was easy for me to purchase software so I can work on my images and my artwork on my iPad.
Wow.
But if I would have done that, then I don't know what I would do.
And I mean, these are things that didn't necessarily cost you money per se, right? Like, so, I mean, you were like making it work with scraps. Would you say that?
Pretty much, yes.
Right? Because,
I mean, it took me a while to learn. I would say 3 months to learn the software. It took me another 4 months to build my website because I was inquiring in and trying to figure out how to do it on my own without spending so much money because money I did not have. I was living paycheck to paycheck to a point where I didn't have that extra money to spend to start on the top.
Right. I love that because I'm in a course right now and I have 3 other classmates, and we're talking about our frustrations, but I feel like I'm serving my purpose, so I'm okay with this journey, right? Like I just feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'll attract what's supposed to come to me. Like that's just my thought. Yeah. But the others are doing this like they want to see results, you know what I mean? And I told them, success doesn't happen overnight. And, being an CEO or, owning your own thing, it takes time, it takes patience and consistency. Right. And so some of them are getting a little frustrated, and I feel bad because it's like, I'm enjoying this, and like you, like I have my own job, right?
I will take the baby steps.
Yes.
And I'm okay with that, but you have to be okay with that.
And that's the thing. So I was going to say, like, listening to you, 3 months to do this, 4 months to do this. I mean, you've been doing this for years now, right? And so 2021. Yeah. So it's going to be 3 years, right?
Yes,
yeah. So, it takes time to get where you want to be, but I just posted, not planning is planning to fail. Right. And so you didn't give up. Like you know what I mean? You kept going in the right direction. And I love that.
And then, you know what? I felt like, in the beginning it went, I started off small and then it got so big so quickly to the point that I stopped myself and said, like, if this is getting a little bit out of hand, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Wow.
And I don't want to give products out there that are going to be horrible, because I can sell anything.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
But I actually, with the things that I put out there is things that I actually love.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was kind of like moving myself away from that and just putting out stuff that I would
just to do.
to do. And I was like, no, wait a minute, I'm losing my passion. And then it's going to turn into be like a work thing.
Yeah.
Versus your passion.
Yes. And that's, yes. But you said something earlier that I really enjoyed. You said that, like, for the haters, right? And for what your journey at that time was, like, you poured that into your passion, and it gave you inspiration.
Oh yes. And people don't know this, but if you go to Zombie Vixn and Instagram, you can see my images. But that's like my diary of my roller coaster of my life, where you can see when someone set me, I would put on a shirt, and the thing is that these people are making me mad and they think they've won, but then I'm actually making money off of it.
Right. Thank you, haters. Keep hating.
I'm taking it straight to the bank.
Give me the inspiration.
So I'll give you an example. So I'll give you, people are being sour and being, haters. So this is one of my shirts where it says, if you're going to be salty,
bring the tequila.
At least bring the tequila. You know what I mean? Instead of getting mad.
Oh my God, girl.
I said, like, I'm going to be sour, just bring the tequila. And
I
just
love
call it a
this.
day and let's move on. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, that's funny.
And then I also was going through a divorce last year, and it was healing, but for some reason when you're healing, I don't know if it's because you're maybe too sensitive or whatnot. I feel like people were just like on me and it just negativity around me. So I made a sweater that says healing, so fuck off.
Wow.
And I had a little heart on the sleeve.
Aww.
And, because I wear my heart on my sleeve. But it's funny because when I was selling it at one of the pop-ups, a mom came and she loved the sweater. She's like, oh my God, you don't understand. My daughter's going through this horrible breakup. And this is going to be her. She's always on the couch. She's like, this will be like her couch sweater.
Oh.
She's healing. So like, leave me alone.
Yes.
And, it's just, it's funny because everything I made, it has a meaning, like words have different meanings to other people. I made a hat that said, fuck it. And that hat meant to me, you know what? I don't care what people say. I'm going to follow my dreams and just keep doing what I'm doing, regardless of all the negativity around me. But to this other person that went to my booth, she was a cancer survivor and saw the hat and gravitated towards it. Wow. And to her, it meant, fuck it, I had the worst of it. I survived. Yes. And I'm moving forward.
Wow.
And that almost made me cry. It got me a little teary because I was like, words mean different to other people.
Yes.
But yeah, I put all my feelings and my art and my work into my shirts. It's almost like my diary.
That. It is.
So it's
but do you see how your creativity is helping people?
You know what? I didn't think about it that way until I actually encounter like people that actually give me a story when they're buying certain things that I sell. Wow. To me, people, some people might say, oh, what the hell? Like, what is this?
No, that's hilarious.
But
if you're going to be salty, oh my God, bring the tequila. That's hilarious, girl.
Sometimes they're funny. Sometimes they're like, oh, really? I'm like, oh my goodness.
That's deep.
That was Valentine's.
Exactly. It's a little ghost with a heart and the FU finger.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. But, the caption is, I call that I'm okay, boo.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So everything, you guys have to check it out.
You see, and that's what's great. So if you're sitting here wondering, what can I do or how can I start? Like, look at how she turned her creativity and what she was going through and turned that around into profit, into helping people, inspiring. Like, I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
And everyone's different. Everyone that's out there, you find your passion. Some people it's through music, writing, art. You just have to find what makes you happy.
Life coaching.
Right? Life coaching, right? I love that.
Yes.
And you just have to, find whatever works for you.
Yes.
because everyone's different.
Yes.
But I think that staying positive and loving yourself is very important, because if you don't love yourself, then you can't grow.
Mm-mm.
You
Yeah.
know, and you can't find love. You can't.
And you can't have meaningful relationships. Let's
No,
be
you
real,
can't.
right?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You have to love yourself.
Yeah.
You have to love what you see in the mirror.
Yes. So for people that do know me, know I love my mirror, but I say my mirror loves me. Okay, because
I love that.
a girl, since I was 16, I would look in the mirror and say, "I'm so pretty," like, and I believe it. And my mirror will tell me,
No,
girl.
you
but
are very beautiful.
Thank you, but I promise you, I'm very much the type that what I think and feel, I don't expect others to think and feel that, right? Because I had such a critical father. And so like his opinions, oh Lord, so his words are in my head. Do you know what I mean? And so I literally had to talk to myself in the mirror. And I find it's so funny, little things that I do or have done just naturally, like just came to me to do. These are things I hear people today saying, you need to do this to get here. And I'm like, oh, I used to do that. I used to tell myself that. Like, how did I know that?
And you're just born with that.
Yes, but, and I believe that I really am serving my purpose through life coaching. And it's by using my voice, right? And those words that were planted in me, right? Like, because I feel, I think people forget words have meaning. Yes. And they have weight, right?
Oh yes, definitely.
And so I want to spread positivity and encouragement and empowerment, right? And so I love my mirror. Back to that, it loves me, and I really think people need to look within and seek within, right? Because as a life coach, I'm going to challenge you to question yourself.
Of course,
I'm going to question your thoughts, your feelings, what your beliefs are. Do you know what I mean? Because you have the answers. I'm going to help you pull it out. Do you know what I mean? Great. Because a life coach is very much in the present, setting goals and achievements. It's nothing like therapy, but I can go on and on and on. But I think you're right. People need to believe in themselves. They need to love themselves. And I love that these past 3 years have not been easy, but you did not let anything stop you.
Oh no.
And we'll have another podcast on that. But honestly, guys, she has been through it and nothing has stopped her. And that's just so inspirational. And, we didn't have a topic coming into this. Okay.
Oh, no, we just kind of flowed.
Right. I just said, girl, you want to record? She's like, come on down,
Let's just do
and,
it.
And we're like, there's so many things we can talk about. But I told her, like, I love that she's a CEO of Zombie Vixn. Yes, you are, girl. That is all you. Okay. So I wanted to talk about that because of the journey that I'm on, so I'm trying to, get my business, up and running. And so I want to be mindful of who I'm around and the things I'm doing.
And that makes a difference though.
Doesn't it?
When you surround yourself with positive people.
Yes.
People that want to lift you up, not, hold you down.
No.
Because that happens a lot. And you have to learn yourself to love yourself enough to, when you see something doesn't work out or you feel like there's so much negativity, it's okay to let go.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how long you know them, if they're family, if whoever it is, even husbands.
Seriously, girl.
You have to, it's okay to let go.
Yeah. Yeah, you said you purged, right?
I purged last year. Yeah, I'm sure people are listening and are probably hating me right now, but it's okay because I'm okay with myself and I love myself.
There you go.
To the point that I had to do it because I felt I was stuck.
Yeah.
And I would never, move from that spot if I don't let things go.
Yeah.
And now I'm so much better. And the funny thing is, like, as soon as I let go of all that negativity, all that, those people around me that just wanted to see me fail, all these good things started happening.
You were blocking your blessings, girl.
Yes. And sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves because
True. You don't feel worthy.
Yes. And then you feel like, oh my God, their opinion matters, or just because you know them for a long time. And like we talked about this, people are here for, a minute, a season, or a lifetime. And sometimes it's time, their time's up, and then you have to let go and then keep on moving forward.
Babu. Yes.
That's just the way to, that's the way to go.
And I feel that, a little bit on that, it's like, I do feel like we are in our own way, right? Yes. Like we are blocking ourselves. And I'm really, I've been listening to a lot of, and I'm trying to like get more educated on like emotional intelligence.
Okay.
And like yesterday, I talked to my therapist friend, and we talked about human behavior, but from the aspect of your childhood experience shaped your behaviors today.
I agree with that.
And that was such a good conversation.
And it's kind of scary because
it is.
You know, there's some people that don't have a good childhood.
Right.
And like when my dad was horrible, but my mom was great.
Mm-hmm.
But it was enough for me to, instead of taking my trauma and putting it towards my kids, and like having the same
cycle,
and not breaking the cycle.
Yes.
You know, I had two choices: either go this way, this route with, you know, my dad's negativity or my mom's positivity.
Exactly.
And I think about that because with my daughter, she had this thing where she was always frustrated. When she was little, she was so antsy and she was always getting mad at everything. I don't know if she got it from her dad or whatever.
Of course, girl.
But so I learned, I said, look, I know you're very an emotional person. You have so much energy. It's not okay to be upset all the time. So let's just do this. I'm an art person. So I was like, I gave her a big pad of paper. And I said, when you're upset, put it on paper. Draw them ugly. Draw them like however you see that person or whatever. And she would do that. Mm-hmm. She would get upset with her brother or upset with whoever, and she would draw them ugly or whatever. Something really funny. Like she got mad at my dad. My dad, and she put him in the toilet.
Oh my gosh,
pooping or something, you know. But she was expressing herself by art. Yeah. Well, here comes 23 years later. She loves art, and she's so good at it.
Oh, that's so good.
And that art came into music and her expression. So whenever she's feeling something, she writes music, she sings.
I love that.
And I always wonder, like, if I wouldn't have showed that how to show her emotions and express herself, how different would she be now?
That's powerful.
Right.
And, we talked recently, earlier today, and what I liked is what your mom poured into you, yes, you poured into her.
Yes.
I love that.
You know what? It sounds even better when you say it. Right? I love that.
Right? Yes. Because you told me your mom taught you how to make clothes.
Yes.
Right?
And it was a lesson because, I would lend my clothes to anybody and I would get them back. So she got upset. She's like, I work really hard to get you what you need and you're just giving it away. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to teach you how to make your own clothing. And that's how I started. It wasn't easy though. She gave me a needle and a thread and made sew my dress by hand.
That's why you have carpal tunnel.
Right? But my dress, the funny thing, my dress was so cute. But I went to a party, I put it on, and it unsewed all on the side. Oh Thank God it had safety pins. And it became like this cringy, looky thing. And people were like, that looks so cool. No. I was mortified and I was so embarrassed. But
you had a lemon and made lemonade. Oh my God.
And then to this day, you can give me a pile of trash and I can make something out of it. Wow. But because my mom put me in that place where, if you don't have anything to wear, guess what? You have to make your own clothing.
Make something, yeah.
And I learned the value of hardworking money when you work so hard and people give their stuff out of their own heart and you're over here just throwing it away. So I learned my lesson.
Yeah, but even the creativity, because I think that's what's hard nowadays, right? Yes. Your daughter is in her 20s, right?
She's 23 now.
23, okay. Yeah. So even for them, but my daughter is 16 and it's just so hard to motivate them, girl, because everything is so instant nowadays. Yes. And so I love that you poured into her what I just said, what your mom poured into you, because you gave her an outlet, right? And so look at what blossomed, I love amazing. That, right?
Yes. And I wonder, I'm how if I wouldn't have done that? Would she be a completely different person?
Yeah, she could be.
Yeah,
honestly,
so weird, yes. But you have to start young.
And I feel that you do it for yourself. So I'm not surprised you did it for your daughter, but I do think you have to figure that out, right? What you said, we were talking earlier, you have to seek within, right? You have to love yourself. You have to look within. And I'm telling you, the answers are there. Yeah. Right. And it's but you just have to believe in yourself.
That's the only way. Because, life is going to throw so many obstacles and your life is going to be a roller coaster and not every day is going to be a good day. But you have to realize that, whenever there's a huge storm, there's always a rainbow afterwards.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
This
So,
too shall pass. Like, I love
yes,
that, right? And
yes,
so, and I believe, honestly, like, I believe in anything. This can apply to anything, work, personal, whatever. Resistance calls resistance, right? And I feel that when you have resistance in life, that is your moment to be open minded and to learn. And that's when it'll pass. The more you resist something you hate, or it's like not working for you,
yeah,
it's not going to go away
that's true.
until you release it, give in, and like, okay, what do I need to learn? I promise you. Like, oh, I can.
It's hard though living in like the society we live in, because I think now, because of social media, we want
Yeah.
acceptance
Yeah.
from everyone,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I see like Instagram and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's. It's funny because people, it's all about numbers,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
but you can buy those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, and people don't realize that when you have a business,
Mm-hmm.
you can buy numbers. I choose not to.
Mm-mm.
I only have a measly 700 followers, but let me just tell you, I know I probably met 80% of them.
That's amazing.
And I have stories. I have
Yeah.
so many good stories and, you know, fun
They're
stories.
true followers. They're true
Yes.
supporters.
Yes. And yeah, you can buy people, and it just, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm growing slowly, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm not in a rush to be way up here, and if it happens, it happens. I just kind of have to
Yes.
go. I just go with the flow.
Yes.
But it's kind of hard to living in the society we live in, because, especially for our kids,
Yeah.
it's all about acceptance and then being popular and being, you know what I mean? It's just,
It's true. And I mean, even like we said earlier, like we're both are in our 40s,
yes.
and we're trying something new. And I truly believe it's never too late, right?
never.
Like, I feel like we both had to go through what we went through
Mm-hmm.
so that we can get through this chapter.
Yes.
Right. So like you have been, established for 3 years now, right? And you're on to a new chapter with your
yes.
business, which I love, right? I'm barely starting, but I'm enjoying it, girl. Like,
Yeah.
I feel I'm serving my purpose, so I'm going to enjoy this ride. It is not about the number. It's not about if I'm making sales. It's not about that, right? Because I feel I have a voice, and I want to share it in a positive way. So I'm going to share it. And if you don't like it, you can just keep swiping. Do you know what I mean?
Like, you can just keep moving.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do what I enjoy to do, or like what makes me happy. Like, I truly do not care what people say and think, and I will not let that stop me.
That's good.
And I don't mind falling. I'll get back up, girl. I'll make that mistake. I'll learn from that mistake, right? And I mean, that's what I'm hearing from you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You're like inspiring me even more.
When I first started, it's funny because we were going to a tequila music festival, and I made custom T-shirts for my friends. Everyone had something funny, like mine said, if you have an emergency, call 911. You know what I mean? Or like, it was like everyone had a different funny tequila shirt, and they were all cute little sexy tops. Mm-hmm. And people were asking, like, where'd you guys get your shirts? They had merchandise there, but they loved what we were wearing, and so everyone was like, hey, you should make shirts. And that was another validation. Wow. I was like, well, maybe I should. But when I first started doing, I was doing custom.
Right.
But that kind of went sideways.
Right.
Because, some people were very diva.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, I want, this, and I want that. I'm like, then I was like, no, that's going to stress me out.
Yeah.
I go, I still do custom, but only people I know.
Yes.
And friends.
Yes.
Not strangers.
Yes.
But I decided to do my own thing. I'm like, if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. I'm not here to make everyone happy. And it's funny thing, I thought it was only going to be seasonal. I thought it was only going to be October, because this is my Halloween rocket kind of thing.
Yes.
It just kept going. I was invited to all these different events the whole entire year. I'm like, wait a minute. There's an actual community of all these people like me that like to wear the stuff that I make all year long.
Wow.
I had no idea. And
I love that. And see, you couldn't even imagine that for yourself, right?
Oh, no.
But it's like you took the risk. Exactly. And so I feel that, it's meant to be like, oh.
It's been an amazing
I really hope we're inspiring people to stop dreaming and start doing.
Yes, and it's never too late. It doesn't matter what age you're at.
Yes.
it's funny because I remember meeting this lady. I think she was like I think she was in her 60s.
Mm-hmm.
She just had just started her business a couple years.
Wow.
And she had an amazing story. She made these I wish I could find her name. The vinyls.
Mm-hmm.
She would cut the vinyls and make artwork on the vinyls, like replicas of like artists, music artists.
Oh wow.
You could see every single detail. She was so talented.
Hmm.
And she had told me a story that when she was married, her husband took everything from her.
Oh no, that's not nice.
Everything, left her with nothing. And she decided to do this side hustle for herself, and she was great at it. And year goes by, everything he had stolen burned down. His whole house burned down. Everything. He lost everything he stole.
That's what he gets. Karma.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
but she said that she learned how, be independent, and she learned that she went back to her passion. Because I feel sometimes that would be another podcast, but sometimes when you let yourself go,
yes,
and you stop loving yourself, you tend to just like give up on your dreams, on your passion, and make everyone else happy.
It's true. And I think it's hard, we're both moms, and I think it's hard, being a mom, we do serve ourselves, if we serve ourselves less.
Yes.
Right. So I love that you're pointing that out, because I also feel that we're all Wonder Womans, we'll figure that out. Like, don't let the naysayers and negativity stop you. Don't let that voice stop you. You just need to start. I mean, it just sounds like honestly, you're like, I have this idea. It blossomed a little bit. Let me see what I can do. And you literally just did it, and you're figuring it out as you go, and that's okay.
Yes. And
how else is there to do it?
And and I have so many other ideas, but I just feel like I can do it slowly.
Yes.
And the right way that I feel comfortable with.
Yes.
Because I could throw everything at once.
Yeah.
But it might not be great. Mm-hmm. So I'm taking my time.
Yeah. And so I think to your point, which is so true, is in order to be, if you're going to go the route of having something of your own, right, you have to know that you have to have patience, consistency, and like, it has to be a slow start. It has to be. You can't expect to start something and boom. Because you see that on social media. You see that a lot. Like, people are like, I made 10,000 in 1 week, or this month, whatever. It's like, get the freak out of here. Like, that's like 1 in a million chance for somebody. Like, why do you do that?
It's almost like playing the lottery.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like, why do people do that? Like, no, I don't like that. But
no, yeah, and I'm going to be very honest. Yeah, no, it's just, it's a hit and miss kind of thing. But you have your ups and downs. I was always blessed, and I can say always blessed that every pop-up that I did, I've always made money.
That's amazing.
I never came home empty-handed, but I did see that on some vendors, and that would break my heart, because some of them, that's their life. That's all they do.
Yeah.
And I would always tell them, don't give up. You know what I mean? Because you never know.
Yeah. And it just takes that one person, like with you, that girl. She just came up and said, okay, I like what you have, but I like what you're wearing.
Yes.
And then she went in, and all those customers came back out. Like, look at that. Like, that's amazing.
Yes. I would never expect that.
No. I love that.
And it was an amazing day, and it kind of gave me I think my head started growing, like, you know what I mean? With all that, encouragement. I'm like, wait a minute, what else can I do?
Yeah.
It inspired me.
Yes, it did.
But, like, you just have inspirations. You have other people that are going to try to, like, bring you down, but it's okay. Mm-hmm. That's their opinion. Mm-hmm. You have to know your self-worth. Mm-hmm. And be okay with yourself and love yourself. Mm-hmm. That's all the best advice I can give you.
Yeah, I would say stop thinking about it and start doing, and you can start with those small little actions, right? Yes. But I would suggest it has to be something that you enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because like you said, like, if we look at your Instagram, that's your journey, girl, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you see it in your creativity.
Yes.
And you let yourself feel. I mean, you have to let yourself feel in order to grow. Right. Yes. So, because if you hold on to those feelings and don't let yourself feel in that sense, right?
You bottle them up.
Yeah. Where are you going to go from there? Right.
That's
so,
true.
I love that. Now, of course, I'm going to go stalk your Instagram page. I'm gonna go check it
They
out.
were probably like, damn, she's so angry all the time.
No. Oh, I will say this, like, because I did say this to someone. She doesn't look like she is, like, because
Right?
yes,
People always say that. It's funny because they're like, he looks so like
serious, right?
serious
Yes,
and like
dark.
You know, when it comes to like gothic. But
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you, I probably shit rainbows.
It's so funny that I told someone that today. I'm like, I'm gonna show you her page, but I promise you, like, she is like, she has a great energy. Like, she doesn't, her look does not match what comes out. That is
Yes, and
so
the inside
funny.
I'm all rainbows and butterflies.
Yes, I love that.
And then the outside, it's all dark clothing. I don't know. At least my laundry is really easy because all I have is black clothing.
Right?
There's different kinds of black though.
Yes,
There's
that's
soft
true.
black, there's velvet black,
You know,
there's, you know?
exactly. Look at you. And you're Miss Creative.
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
Yes.
And you wear one color?
One color. I know. You would think I would have a bunch of colors in my, but you know, the funny thing is my daughter's the complete opposite of me.
Yeah.
She loves color. I think because I was depriving them from color,
Oh, how funny.
that they were like, they want to wear every single color.
They see something else and their eyes open up. Wow. Yes.
That's sad, but it's
no, you nourish them.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
You're right.
Well, look, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank
There's
you for
so
having
much
me.
more in you,
Oh,
and
yes.
we are going to record again because
there's so many. Like we have to talk about dating in your 40s.
yes,
and for the women out there, because let me tell you, it is.
It is rough out there, and she has some stories.
Some funny stories. I can't wait to share with you guys.
Yes, but remember, our goal here is to help you break away from what no longer serves you. So be inspired, be encouraged. Let yourself be inspired, encouraged, and uplift. Let us uplift you to find your joy and live your best life.
Yes. Believe in yourself. It's never too late.
Exactly. That's honestly my mantra this year. Like my mantra is the time is now. Whatever that is in life, whatever.
I'm gonna make you sure.
Can you? Because I swear.
And pink font.
And pink font. I'm telling you, girl, it's my color. Like, yes, but I swear, I the time is now. That's my mantra this year. Like, you know,
love that.
Right?
Yes.
So you guys, the time is now. Get out there, start doing, pour into yourself, and let me know how that's going. Bye.
Bye.